Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us today for the Tips and Tricks webinar. We appreciate you taking the time to join. We'll go ahead and wait just a minute here before we get started to allow more people to join the session. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thanks again for joining. My name is Tanya and I'm a member of the customer support team here at Floify, and I'll be conducting the webinar today. Today's topic is going to be all about your landing page and making those landing page customizations. I do have some coworkers standing by in the chat to answer any questions you might have during the session. So if anything comes up, please feel free to post those in the chat along the way. Here's what we'll go ahead and cover today. So first we're going to go through our team landing page settings. So those will include changing your subdomain, editing your landing page calculators or lead generation options, and changing your color scheme. We're also going to go over the company level landing page settings, which will include the in-browser landing page editor. And lastly, we'll cover Realtor Partner co-branding. Let's hop into Floify and we'll take a look at our team landing page settings first. We're in our Floify account here. We'll first take a look at a landing page to see how this looks. You can find your landing page link by clicking on this Prospects tab at the top of the page, and then you'll have this Borrower Links dropdown. So you can see we do have several links here, but your main landing page is going to be the first one. So this will have the Apply Now and the Login option available for your borrowers. You can see that the subdomain for our page here is bouldermortgagegroup.floify.com, but your domain will be particular to you, so each loan officer account has their own unique subdomain. And we can click on that to open it up. Now you'll see that there are several different elements on the page that we'll touch on today and that can be customized. So this account, of course, has already had some customizations made. Some of these settings can be customized at the team level. So those are going to be specific to that particular LO. For example, the image here or our headline. And some of the settings will be customized at the company level. So those are going to apply to all LOs that are housed within that specific company. For example, our text box here, or some of these other button elements that we have available. So let's go back into our Floify account here and we'll start with the team settings. If we go to our settings tab at the top of the page, we're going to go into team info. In our top team info section, this is actually where you can change the website subdomain if that's something that you're wanting to adjust. So this will default to your first name, last name.floify.com typically. But if you prefer to use a team name or maybe a company name like we have here, you can change that as you need. And that will apply right away. So you can already start sending that over to your borrowers to access the landing page directly. If we go back and we scroll down a little bit further in this tab, we've also got a landing page configuration section where we can adjust some of those other elements that we need to. You can see that there is an option here for a landing page preview. So if you want to open that up and take a look at your changes anytime while you're adjusting, you can click on that and take a look directly. If we select the option to edit landing page configuration, you can see that this is where we can adjust our headline. So again, this is going to be our headline up here at the very top, kind of just a welcome into the page. We can also adjust the landing page image. So you can see that we've used a headshot here. Typically that's what's used, but you can also put in a logo, maybe a team image, just really going to be any image that's prominently displayed on the landing page. And sometimes you might need to resize these to get them formatted properly for Floify, so you can always reach out to support if you need help getting that done. Below that, you can see we've got some additional options. So you can enable Realtor Partner co-branding. And we'll touch on that a little bit more later on in the webinar. And we can also make some changes to our landing page calculators and the lead generation dialog there. So there are several different landing page calculators that you can enable here. So you see we've got a mortgage calculator, a refinance calculator, and a debt to income calculator. So you can pick and choose which ones are available to your borrowers to view or access. You can also just disable the feature altogether. So if you prefer not to have those on the page, then in that case, the borrower would just be able to get started by entering their email. You can see there is a rate calculator option here that's currently disabled. So that's only available with our Optimal Blue PPE integration. The lead generation dialog option here is also accessible to edit. So what this will do is it will have the borrower input their name, email address, and phone number to access. And then you and your selected team members would receive an email notification so that you can follow up with that borrower. Or maybe you'd like to find out more about what type of loan they're looking for or have them actually start the application process. You can see that you can also choose which fields you want to make required. So name, email address, and phone number as you prefer. If we disable the lead generation, then the borrowers would just be able to access those landing page calculators. And I'll show you what that looks like here. If we go back to our landing page. So then they can just click through these and take a look without entering the lead generation information. If you do have this enabled, we'll go ahead and enable that again. You can also go in here and manage those email notifications. So this will let you choose who actually receives notifications for the information that the borrower enters. So right now you can see we've got Eric selected and Anne. If I wanted to select myself as well, Tanya Swift, I can go ahead and opt myself in there. Now moving forward, I'll receive those once the borrower inputs that information in the lead generation calculator there. So next we'll look at customizing the color scheme. So if we go back to our landing page, you can see that we've got a custom color here in purple. So this is listed over on the mortgage calculators, the button, and then you can see the email address here as well. So it just gives your page a nice little pop of color. This also applies directly on the application. So once the borrower starts filling that out, it will be all customized with that color scheme as well. If we go back into Floify, we're still in our settings, but this time we'll be in the Apply Now tab. And from there, we'll navigate to our Apply Now General Settings and select the option to edit. And then I'll scroll down and you can see we have a section here to customize the color scheme. Now, the color scheme, you can either drag and drop. So let's say maybe I change my branding a little bit. I want to change it to blue. I can just slide this around and kind of get in that general area. And then I can drag this little circle here to get the specific color that I want. You can also pick a specific color via a hex or the decimal red, green, blue color code if you actually have that available already. Let's say we want to edit the contact information here at the front of the landing page. This is going to pull directly from your profile section. So in our Floify account, we'll access that by clicking on your account details. So your email address up here in the top right-hand corner. And then if you scroll down, you will see that you have the option to edit your profile. You can change the fields here and adjust accordingly as you need. So if you wanted the email, name, phone numbers, NMLS ID, etc. to show a little bit differently, you can change it up there. Now, please note that the job title field and the office address fields do not show up. So if you adjust those there, they'll be available in your profile for your reference, but you won't actually see those reflected directly on the landing page. If we cancel and scroll down a little bit further, there is also a licenses section listed here. So this is where I can add an additional license if my state requires that that state-specific license be displayed on my page. So only states that require specific licenses will be listed here. All of the other states just allow the NMLS ID to be displayed. And you can see we've got one added here for Colorado. So if I go and edit my licenses, I can add an additional license, and I can select the issuer here from the dropdown. So again, you'll only see certain states listed here, and you'll be able to enter the appropriate license number there. I can show you on the landing page. You'll see we have my personal NMLS ID listed here. And if I hover over that, you can see that the Colorado one that I have saved in my profile settings is listed there as well. Next, we'll take a look at the company level settings where we can make adjustments for all loan officer landing pages. So now we'll go into the company dashboard and adjust some of the company level settings. To navigate to the company dashboard, we'll click on the team name here in the top right-hand corner, and then the company dashboard option. This is only accessible to a company admin. From the company dashboard, then I can go into my company settings, top of the page, and we'll scroll down in our first tab, the basic settings, till we see our landing page configuration section. If we select the option to edit, there's a couple options here, so we can enable or disable the Realtor Partner co-branding, the landing page calculators, and then the lead generation portal for all teams. These settings will allow an LO to customize those settings to their liking if enabled. The lead generation option will override the team settings, so this will require to use the LOs to use that option if it's enabled on that site. We've also got an option to go to the browser, in-browser landing page editor. So if I click on this link, it will take me to a new window. And this is where I can adjust some more of the text boxes or colors for the text for all of the users under that company dashboard. So if we look at the landing page here, we can adjust our text box here. Let's say maybe I want to change up the verbiage here a little bit. Maybe I just want to say something like, welcome to the Floify Mortgage Group. You're in the right place. Get started by setting up an account. You can see that I can also change the color of the text itself, so I can put in a color code there. And we also have the option to restore the defaults. So if I go in, I save that, and I change my mind, maybe I want to go back to the original settings, I can go ahead in here and just restore the original text. You can do the same for the mortgage calculator text here as well, if you wanted to change how that displays. And then we do also have the option to change the login button. So one nice little tip here that some of our users like to use is if you have a lot of Spanish-speaking borrowers, maybe you want them to know exactly where to go to access their account. So rather than having the full page in Spanish, you could just change the button here to have login/acceso, which would be the equivalent in Spanish. And of course, you can change the color scheme here if you need for the button as well. So if we go ahead and save that, then of course that would display for all of the loan officers. So I'll go ahead and save my settings here and confirm. And we'll go back to our company settings. If I go to my landing page now and refresh, you can see that my login button has changed. So now both options are available there. Back in our company settings, we can also adjust the company name that displays on the landing page. So that is visible right here in the section underneath the LO name. In our company settings, we can adjust that in our Basic Settings tab. We select the option to edit basic settings. And here is our company name. So if maybe we changed our company to Boulder Mortgage Group, we could adjust that there and have that display properly for all LOs. Keep in mind again that this company name change will display for all of the landing pages. So if maybe you need something a little different for a different LO, you wouldn't want to adjust it here. Let's take a look at our last topic, which is going to be Realtor Partner co-branding. This will essentially allow you to create a unique co-branded link for a Realtor partner so that they can provide this to their borrowers to start the application process via your portal. The co-branded page will include your contact information as well as the Realtor and partners. All right, so we're back in our team account here. So as I touched on before, to actually enable the co-branding feature, we would want to go into our settings at the top of the page, Team Info tab, and then if we scroll down to the bottom, we'll have our landing page configuration section. If we select the option to edit, you can see that this is where we can actually enable Realtor and Partner co-branding. Once the feature has actually been enabled, we want to go back up to our Realtors and Partners tab. This is where you have a database of all of your Realtor partner contacts that you have available to invite to follow along with borrower loan flows or to set up a co-branded landing page as we're going to do today. If you do need to actually add a new contact in here, you can do so by selecting the plus sign here over on the right-hand side. And this will allow you to enter the first last name and email address to actually search for a Realtor partner. So this will search and find any existing contacts in our database. So if they already have an existing account, you'll be able to select that one to add, or you can enter in the information to create a new contact if they don't already have a Floify account. Let's say we want to go ahead and set up the co-branding here for Ronnie Realtor. You'll see that there is an icon over on the right-hand side to edit the co-branding settings. If I click there, you just need to select the option to enable co-branding. And then this is where I can adjust the specific details for this co-branding. So I can adjust the co-branding link if I want. Maybe Ronnie doesn't want her name, maybe she wants the brokerage instead. And you can also add in an image. So this will display along with yours. We'll add one in here. And then we'll save. Once we've adjusted those details, you can actually click on the new icon that appears here once it refreshes, which is going to be a little eyeball to view the co-branded landing page. So this will allow you to see exactly what this looks like from the borrower perspective. And you can see that now it's pretty much our same exact landing page. It just includes our contact information as well as Ronnie Realtors here for the borrower to reference. Since this opens up the page, you can typically just copy and paste the link and send that straight on over to the Realtor partner so that they have that available to provide to the borrowers. If I wanted to go ahead and enter the contact information displayed here on the page, I can do so in Floify as well. So you'll see that there's an icon over on the right-hand side to edit the partner. And here I'll be able to enter in maybe a brokerage name, licensed office name, licensed office address, and licensed states in case I want to have any of that information available. You will see that on this page, it does give you a little bit of a notification here letting you know that the partner does own their own account in Floify. So they do actually have the option on their side to restrict who can edit their contact information. So you may run into issues in the future or with specific partners where that access is restricted. So in that case, the Realtor partner contact would need to go into their specific account and start editing that information in their own profile section. If we go back to the landing page, it's pretty straightforward for the borrowers once they reach this page. So if the realtor sends them there, they'll always get started here with the Apply Now button up in the top right-hand corner. And of course, they can also log in via the Realtor Partner page if they need to, using their existing contact information. The really nice thing about using the co-branded page is that the Realtor Partner will be automatically opted into that borrower's loan flow to receive loan status updates and be directly involved with the loan as long as the borrower grants them that specific permission. Perfect. That's all I've got for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to attend. If you have any questions about the session, please feel free to reach out to support@floify.com for any further assistance.